This doesn't make any sense. Big dog, little bed, little dog, big bed. What is happening, people? It is Brian, Alsruhe with NEVERsate.com, and welcome to this week's training video. So actually, it is the week after, but I'm just getting to recording the intro now. The interesting thing about this last weekend, when you guys are actually watching this video, a lot of people were gone. So all the coaches were gone from the gym. A lot of the guys that are part of the crew were gone. A lot of the members of the gym that were gone. It was just kind of a perfect storm. A bunch of people doing a bunch of things. Olu was away with Ray Williams. If you guys know who Ray Williams is, he is like a legend in powerlifting. So Olu got the invite to go down to go work out with him. And actually Rogue was there doing a video shoot with Ray. So Olu got to be part of all that. Really, really cool opportunity for him. Nick was doing some awesome stuff this weekend. Everyone was just kind of spread out. So I ended up having to train alone on Saturday, which was a little bit different of a thing. The entire training week, I just say in general, was a struggle because I could get a main strength set done, but then when it came to assist and stuff and things like that, my stomach just wasn't ready for it. So I got done what I could get done and just kind of put that check in the wall. Right now, a lot of my workouts are just based off triage. I look at it and I go, what things are super important for me to hit? And I think in movement patterns. So I'm like, you need to hinge your hips, you need to be squatting something, you need to be throwing something, you need to be ballistic. I look at things like that, almost more movement patterns more than specific exercises, and then I go from there, right? So, and then from there, it's literally just fitting the most bang for the buck into whatever I can until I get too sick to continue. So, it seems to be working pretty well. Now, the reason why I'm currently sweaty and covered in chalk is because I actually just recorded a workout vlog where I'm back talking to you guys to the camera and telling you guys about my sets, what's going on with the exercise, stuff like that. I don't know if that's gonna make it or not. I haven't looked at it, I have no idea what's there. The workout, like I said, went pretty good, but yeah, we'll see. But I am trying to get back into doing a little bit more of the vloggy stuff so you guys can catch back up with Olu and Nick and Billy and Dirty Andy and all those guys. Just see what everyone's up to, how they've been progressing, because those guys have been doing amazing things. Just leaving me behind, jerks. All right, guys, so right now I'm gonna kick to the commentary, talk about how everything went, just explain where my mind was with all this, and then I'll catch up with you right back here afterwards for the video recap. All right, what is happening, people, and welcome to the commentary. So as you guys can see, you were joining me on my lower body day from last week. So my whole idea here is doing those box jumps is an explosive movement before the front squat, and the idea behind that is to prime my hips to move as explosively as possible, because I know that's going to be important when it comes to those front squats. Now, for the front squats, I was choosing to do them beltless and kind of higher rep. The higher rep was sets of 8, because most of the time when I do front squats, I don't like doing more than like 1, maybe even half. Half a front squat sounds better than 1 front squat. But anytime I get over 3, my head gets weird, right? And a lot of people can experience this. If you guys have done front squats at any sort of weight, you will realize that if you're in a good front rack position, meaning that that bar is up against your throat, sitting on your shoulders, not in your hands, then you will know that sometimes you get a little bit woozy and a little bit lightheaded, and the only thing that's going on there is your carotid artery is actually getting cut off, but you can kind of alleviate that if you flex your butt to kind of fire up your posterior chain. So, as much as I do hate high rep front squats, I do think they're important for building up my posterior chain as well as my upper back, and then of course my quads for things like my deadlift as well as just my squats as a general assistance. Now, I was choosing on doing beltless just because I thought that'd be a better choice, because right now I'm trying to go a little bit lighter this week. Got a little bit heavy at times, and that was stressing my CNS out a little bit, making the sickness a little bit worse, so I decided to keep it a little bit lighter. Like you're seeing on this stone series, decided to go without tacky, just to keep it light. And plus, since it was in the middle of a giant set, it would have been good to be tackied up and then get that all over everything else, like this sled drag. So, like I said, I'm doing 3 box jumps onto those tires. I don't know the height of it. It's 2 Strongman tires. I don't know. My front squats, the sets of 8. I was trying to up the weight each round. This is 315. Once I got up to a good working weight a lot of this week, I was just kind of hanging out there. So a couple sets of 315 here at this weight. And then my stone series, I was doing increasing height. It started out at a 44 to a 48 to a 52, then 54, then 56. Maybe there's a 50, I don't know. I think that was the right number. Anyway, the heaviest stone down there at the lowest height was 260 pounds, and it works up to 185 pounds down here at this 56-inch height. Anyway, wasn't really moving particularly quickly on the stone height. Okay, here's thing 1 and thing 2. You guys, you're not watching me pull the rope. I know you're not. You're watching the twins who decide to show up at the gym like 2, I don't know what's going on here. They're having a jump. I really, it's always interesting at my gym. I love my gym to death, and it's 100% because of all the athletes and characters that are there. If I had a dream right now, what I would love to do is have someone who loves photography that just wants to walk around my gym and record different situations and coaching situations and funny situations, because the stuff that goes on a daily basis in my place is so interesting and so fun that I just wish you could be caught on camera, because you guys would absolutely love it. I know a lot of you would love to come visit and you're unable to. To get some of the personalities would just be absolutely amazing. So I'm starting to speed up here a little bit in the stones just because you can't go slow forever. So I figured it'd be a good time for me. Now, it almost fell off there. Yeah, that was falling off. And then I was doing this sled drag here just to try to keep my heart rate. So a lot of what I'm trying to do is trying to mimic a sympathetic nervous system response, where you kind of go in that fight, flight, or freeze, where your body needs to make a decision and you become all thumbs. You get some auditory exclusion, some visual exclusion. I'm trying to do a lot of things that kind of start pushing those limits. And physical exercise is a terrific way to do that, because when you're doing things like heavy front squats for high reps to stones, stuff that is oppressive by nature, especially in your front rack or on your chest, you get a lot of strange feelings in your head, which can create panic and other things in people. So the idea of throwing a bunch of those things together is just something I'm interested in doing right now, because like I said earlier, I'm getting to do a lot of exercises that I don't normally get to throw into my program unless I'm getting ready for a competition. So I'm just enjoying all this so much. Internet high five. Yeah. And 2 more pulls. Like I said, guys, I wasn't really able to kick to a lot of assistant stuff afterwards, so I had to move on to my next day here. By the end of that big giant set and that many rounds of it, I was pretty much done. So I moved on. This is my Wednesday, where these things are interesting. I've never done them before. Now, I got that idea from a TRX band class that I've seen online, people doing TRX band stuff. Now, I've never done a TRX band class or anything like that, but I do some blast strap stuff, between be it ring dips or layouts and different ab things. And I saw people doing this. I just tried them with the blast straps, and I absolutely loved it. So I don't know what they're called, but I can say that they hit my abs in a different sort of way. So really excited about those. My giant set for the day was nothing more than Kona just standing on the bench. If you guys follow my Instagram, you'll see a lot of this day-to-day behind-the-scenes stuff where I explain everything that was going on with Kona, and you get to see him on top of me and things. Much more of the day-to-day is during the Instagram. I try to keep the YouTube to as much training / instructional stuff as I possibly can. But the giant set for the day were dumbbell rows to an axle bench. Now, a lot of people want to know why I do the axle bench over a regular bench, and to be honest, when it comes to bench press, it doesn't really matter that much. It's just a fatter bar. Some people say it works your grip. I don't really understand why that would be. It really doesn't do anything different. There's Kona, at least on the bench press. On everything else, the axle is very, very good. I'm actually thinking about doing an entire video just explaining the benefits of an axle and why I think a lot of people could throw that in their training and bring up a lot of their weak points just by simply switching to an axle. However, on the bench press, the reason why I'm doing it is because it's less pain on the heels of my palms. Yeah, as weak as that sounds, that's true. Here's 365 for a triple, and was actually stoked about this because I haven't been getting 365 for triples since the surgery very often, or at least not lately. So, it was slow, definitely slow, but 365 for a triple is good. And then I finished with 3 sets of 10 on this bamboo bench, which is always a shockingly good time. Now, I've talked about this before. I don't really like this thing for strength, but I do like it for stability, especially since I'm rehabbing my shoulder, as well as just, it's fun. It's fun for me right now. And right now my training doesn't have a lot of goals, so fun is a great goal in training. And things that make me smile and laugh while I am doing the set are always going to be things I should probably keep in some form one way or another in my workout. So yeah, man, that is a lot of shake. Now the difference between, this is an earthquake bar, right? If you guys are wondering, it's an earthquake bar. But the difference between hanging plates from an earthquake bar and kettlebells is so different because the kettlebells dance. Plates do not. They're much more stable. So if you're going to do this, try it with kettlebells for a laughingly good time. Now, again, no assistance that day. That's all I had. So this brings me to Saturday, which I was talking about at the beginning, where I was pretty alone on this day. It was just kind of in my own head, doing my own thing, and had a little giant set here. I'm trying to do some dragon flags on our new, that's our new box squat that we got for the competition. Those are wagon wheels. that we got for the competition, because part of the competition is going to be a wagon wheel box squat. So I was just playing around with them, see how stable they are and stuff like that. And apparently a box squat is not stable enough for dragon flags, which didn't really surprise me a whole lot. I would have been very surprised if it did hold me. These wagon wheels are pretty cool. I talk about them in a future video, so I don't want to get too much into it now. But the giant set was the wagon wheel deadlift to the farmer's walk and the yeah, these things, the dragon flags, which Kona here is jumping without me. Again, Instagram explains a lot more what's going on here than I do at other times. Things I will say about the wagon wheels, they have changed the way that the weight feels when it's actually on the bar. It's still 45-pound plate. However, just the balance of it feels different. I like it. It brings up the bar to a 13-inch deadlift, which is very similar to if you do any rack pulling at all. If you stick a bumper plate underneath your normal plates, that's about a 13-inch deadlift. So it brings the bar up to about that height, so you don't need to use it. However, I will say those wagon wheels are pretty fragile. A lot of people that I know that have them have bent them up pretty good just by dropping them. So had to be careful, but overall, not a bad training week. All right, and we're back. So guys, like I said, this whole train to be dangerous thing is something I'm really enjoying, because I get to do a lot of exercises that don't really fit into other places. But right now, since I'm not training for a competition, or I'm not trying to beat my PRs, or I don't have a focus as far as that is concerned, like a specific focus. Right now, my focus is literally just getting in, getting better every single day, just giving my all, and trying to get as far into the workouts without getting sick as possible, and just trying to build off that each and every day. So with that in mind as a goal, you can really get away with doing a lot of other cool things that you normally want to get to do. So I'm absolutely loving training. It has been a blast. I'm hanging out with my friends, just trying to put work in, throwing another brick in that wall. Hopefully in a little bit of time I'll look up and something awesome is gonna happen. But I can say that my body is definitely changing a little bit for the better. The nausea hasn't gotten any better whatsoever, but I just feel better moving, right? I'm still just as sick, but mentally I just feel good, because I feel like I'm moving towards something instead of running away from something. So again, focusing on the things I do have and the things I can do as opposed to the things I can't do really has me in a good spot. Just trying to stay positive, try and do as much as I can, try to get better each and every single day. And yeah, I'm just so thankful that you guys are along for the ride. I really, really do appreciate it. I'm gonna try to catch up with you guys early this week with some other stuff. Hopefully I get a little bit of time to record, but if not, then I'll catch up with you later in the week. Until I do, go out to something amazing in your lives. Keep working hard, people. Be nice to each other. I'll see you then.